Challenge yourself a Swiss ball. We're going to do 8 exercises at timed intervals. In those 8 exercises, they're broken down into 2 levels, beginner and intermediate. Beginners follow Jenny, intermediates follow Shayla and myself. So again, it's 8 exercises at timed intervals. Let's grab our weights and get going.
They're going to show us how to exercise, and you got to be quiet.
So the first exercise for beginners is a traditional squat. You're going to widen your feet out slightly wider than hip width apart. You're going to drop in through your hips and then come right back up. For intermediates, bring your feet close together, about 8 to 6 inches apart. From here, you're just going to lateral step out to a squat, come up, and lateral step to the other side. And up. This is for 60 seconds, 1 minute. You guys ready? Let's go. Do it. And up. So, for beginners, make sure you keep those abs nice and tight. You're long through your spine. Drop your hips down and back, and stay on your heels. Intermediate, you're stepping directly to the side. Yeah. Now, what makes the lateral step more challenging is the fact that you are moving laterally. You're adding movement to the exercise rather than standing in one place. So not only are you working your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your gluteals, just like in a traditional squat, you're now working the outside of your hips and the lateral muscles in your legs. Oh, yeah. You're going to keep it nice and slow and work that entire 60 seconds. Here we go. So here's the last 5 seconds. 1 more. And then bring it all the way up. Now we're moving on to a bench press. For beginners, sit yourself down on the floor. Intermediates, grab your Swiss ball. Now, the motion of the exercise is the same. For beginners, you're going to lie yourself down on the ground and do a pressing motion. For intermediates, you'll roll yourself down on your Swiss ball, lifting your hips. Start with the weights right at your chest level. You'll press all the way up and then all the way down. So again, we're going for 60 seconds on this exercise. You guys ready? Let's do it. Roll yourselves into position. Start at your chest level. 60 seconds. Let's go. Press up and down. Up. Down. It's nice and slow, and focus on keeping your abs tight. Beginners, make sure your knees point straight up, feet are flat on the floor. For intermediates, make sure you're supporting through all those core muscles. What makes the intermediate on the Swiss ball much harder than lying on the ground is just that. There's no ground. So your body acts as the support mechanism, as well as your chest, shoulders, and triceps are doing the motion of pushing or pressing. So you're working the large muscle groups of your upper body. If you're intermediate, you're not only working large muscle groups of your upper body, but you're working your glutes and your hamstrings and the stabilizers through your spine of the lower body. We're going to do 1 more of these in those 60 seconds. Come all the way up, all the way down, and roll yourself back into position. Next, we're going to do the bent over row with a back extension. So give yourself a little room. Now, beginners and intermediates are basically going to do the same exercise. What makes it more beginner is go with lighter weight. Intermediates, increase weight. So the exercise looks like this. Put your feet about 6 inches apart. Bend your knees, sit into your hips. Bring the hands around in front of you. Very slowly, you lower yourself into position, keeping your back flat. Row up, let it down, and then come all the way back up to an extended position. That's it. You guys ready? For 60 seconds. Here we go. Do it. Press down, row up, let it down, come back up. Do it again. Working all the big muscles of your back. From your latissimus, all the way through your rhomboids, trapezius, posterior delts. All the way down. Make sure you don't round your back all the way down. Keep that back nice and flat, press your hips back, and stay on those heels. Don't straighten your knees. Keep them nice and soft. Keep them bent.
Well, sit down. I can't do this with you up running around.
Again, beginners, when you're doing the exercise, start with very light weight. Intermediates, challenge yourself a little more. Grab a heavier weight. Heavier weight makes the muscles work that much harder. Large muscle groups working burns more and a non-lock squat for intermediates. So for beginners, you're gonna bring that weight right in front of your chest. You're gonna hug it in. You're gonna give it a bear hug. And you're gonna front lunge. So you're gonna lunge forward with one foot, come back, and then lunge to the other foot, and come back. For intermediates, you'll bring the hands up over your head, go into a traditional squat position, and just drop straight down and straight up. Now these exercises will take us 90 seconds. Go slow, pace yourself. You guys ready? Here we go. Get into position, bring the hands up for intermediates, hands into a bear hug position. For beginners, let's do it. Drop in and down, go. Down. In both exercises, make sure that spine stays nice and long and tall. Keep your chin up. Ah, yeah, working the big muscles of that body again. The quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. With the hands over your head, you're also working your shoulders, upper back muscles. Yeah, yeah. So for beginners, you're going to really feel this in your quadriceps as you come forward, and you're going to press back through, feeling it in your hamstrings as you come back. What makes it more challenging as an intermediate is the fact that, one, your hands are over your head, so you're working more muscle groups with your upper body involved. Also, you're dropping in through your hips, so your spine and core muscles have to stabilize the exercise. Yeah, yeah. Take your time. Don't rush it. Stay with this. You're building this wonderful power inside of you. So start to tap into it and let it help you. Become stronger. Oh, yeah, do it. So here's the last one. Come all the way up. And then from here, we're going to go to a dumbbell press for beginners and a Swiss ball press for intermediates. So intermediates, grab your Swiss ball. Beginners, you're just going to remain standing. Intermediates, have a seat. Again, just like the bench press, the dumbbell press is going to be just the same positioning for beginners and intermediates as far as our hands are concerned, and the same motion from here. So bring the weights up to your jaw level. You'll press them straight up and then straight down. We're going to do this exercise for 60 seconds. You guys ready? Let's bring them up into position, right at jaw level. Let's go. Press up. Up and down. Yeah. So for beginners, make sure you keep your knees bent. Don't straighten those legs. And also, you're pushing through your heels. You're grounding down into the floor, and you're using your shoulders to press the weight up overhead. What makes the Swiss ball more challenging is that floor tends to move. The Swiss ball makes you use stabilizers in your spine and in the center of your body to help hold yourself upright. So you're really having to work keeping yourself upright and the shoulders fire. Yeah, my shoulders are on fire. I like it. So whatever you do, don't round your back. Don't round into it. Stay up nice and tall. Great posture as you're training. 5 seconds. And then bring it all the way down. So rest here for a moment. We're going to move on to a dumbbell tricep extension. For beginners, stay standing. Intermediates, we're going to stay seated on the Swiss ball. We're going to do a tricep extension by bringing the dumbbells up over our head. We're just going to drop them behind our head and then press them right back up. Again, make sure you're long through your spine and tight through your core. For 1 minute. You guys ready? Let's do it. Bring it up. Here we go. Press. Down. Up. Down. Up. It's nice and smooth and slow. But also watch your elbows. Beginners and intermediates. Don't let your elbows flare out. When they flare out, you get into your shoulders. We just worked your shoulders. So keep your shoulders out of it. Keep them down. Keep your elbows in. Working the long head of the tricep. Beginners, remember that posture. You have bent knees, tight abdominal muscles, tight core, and you're just pressing that weight up and over your head. Intermediates, what makes this more challenging is by sitting upright on this Swiss ball that's constantly moving. So you have to control the ball, control the weight, and do the workout. Yeah, here we go. Last 5 seconds. We'll do one more here. Bring it all the way down. Press it all the way up. Set the weights down. Let's move those Swiss balls out of the way because we're going to go to a dumbbell lunge. So now, beginners are going to do a dumbbell lunge. Intermediates are going to do a dumbbell lunge with a lateral raise. So a basic dumbbell lunge is holding the weights beside you, and you're going to lunge back and up. Then you're going to come back and then up. For intermediates, as you lunge, you add a lateral raise of your arms to the exercise. So bring it through, up, through, and then down. This is also for 90 seconds. Oh, here we go. Let's do it. Go back and up, back and up. So we're using lots of big muscles here. Quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes. For intermediates, which makes it more challenging, is you're adding your shoulders into it. Upper back. Even more big muscles are involved. The more large muscle groups you use, the more calories you burn. Not just now, but throughout the rest of the day. Keep that chin and chest up. Be long through your arms, intermediates. Don't shorten them too much, but don't straighten those arms either. Have a slight bend in your elbow. Keep your balance. Woo! Beginners, remember, if you feel like you're not being challenged enough in that beginning exercise, join us. Add a lateral raise to it. You may be ready to move up, you don't know it. Yeah, 10 seconds, here we go. Hang in there. So we're gonna do one more. Come all the way up. Nice job. Moving on to our 8th and final exercise, the beginning barbell curl. So, for beginners, it's just a barbell curl. Intermediates, grab your Swiss ball. We're gonna do a seated hammer curl. So a traditional barbell curl for beginners, you're gonna turn your palms up or supinate your palms. From here, you're just gonna lift straight toward your shoulders, then all the way down. Intermediates, seated on the Swiss ball, we're gonna do a hammer curl. So you're gonna follow your thumbs on the way up, and your thumbs are gonna chase your hand on the way down. Just like that. This is 60 seconds. Oh boy, here we go. Let's do it. Bring it up and down. Go up, and then down. Smooth and slow. Up, and down. Make sure those elbows stay right beside you. Don't let them go behind you, and don't let them go too far in front of you. For beginners, it's so important that you keep those abs tight and that chest in one place. You don't want to be moving forward and back. Keep yourself up nice and tall. For intermediates, same thing. Sit very tall on the Swiss ball. What makes the intermediate more challenging? It's very simple. You're seated on that Swiss ball, which means you have to engage those core muscles even more because you don't have your feet to help you, to push through your legs. So you're really isolating to the best of your ability your biceps and even getting into your anterior delt. Hang in there, 10 seconds. You can do it. So here's the last one. Let it all the way down. So now we got 30 seconds of a rest time. So take your chance to rest, breathe, prepare for the second time through. So here we go. Set number 2. Let's do it. Let's go. Press. Out and up. Intermediates, lateral step squat. Out to the side, squatting in. Beginners, that traditional squat. Either way, keep your spine nice and long, abs nice and tight. For beginners, when you're doing that squat, make sure your feet are a little wider than hip width and dropping your hips down and slightly back as you go in. Intermediates, you're just adding that lateral motion to the movement. It's still a squat, just you're stepping out and then coming back to center. We're doing this for 60 seconds, gang. This is the second time through, so don't rush it. You start feeling a little tired, challenge yourself. Stay with that pace and make it all the way through that minute. Yeah. Working those glutes, the hamstrings, the quadriceps, big muscle groups.
Okay,
burning
it's
big
cold
calories.
in this house.
For 5 seconds, this will be the last one. Step out, come all the way up.
Ding,
Go on to the bench press. Grab that Swiss ball. Beginners, lie down on the
What?
floor.
I didn't touch
Let's go.
nothing.
Roll yourself
I was
into
just looking
position.
at it.
Bring those weights right to your chest level. Here we go. Press it up and down. Do it. Press up and down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So whether you're lying on the floor or on that Swiss ball, make sure your core is engaged. And you're really pressing through your chest, shoulders, and triceps. If you've taken it up a notch and you're intermediate and you're on that Swiss ball, make sure you know you don't have a ground beneath you. So, glutes, lower back, hamstrings, they all have to help support your body. 60 seconds here. Again, don't rush it. I know it's the second time through, but you can do it. Keep that smooth, steady pace. Yeah. Yeah, 5 more seconds. We'll do one more press, bring it down, press it up, and then bring it all the way down. Sit yourself all the way up. Moving on to that bent over row.
Gary?
So it's a bent over row with a back extension. Feet about 6 inches apart. Let's go. Take it down, row it up, let it down, extend your back up. Row it down. Oh, yeah, row it up. Remember to keep that back nice and flat. Keep your knees bent and press your hips back. Stay on those heels to the best of your ability. You're working through your back muscles, from the lower back all the way up to the very top. So we're doing 60 seconds here. Hang with us. Beginners, you're gonna keep that weight nice and light. Intermediates, challenge yourself. Add weight to it. The heavier it is, obviously the more challenging it is. 10 seconds. Bring it up. Let's do one more. Come all the way down. Row it. Come all the way up. From here, going on to a bear hug front lunge for beginners or non-lock squat intermediates. Bring them up. Widen your feet out. Let's do it. Drop in, down, and up, down, and up. So remember, this is now 90 seconds. Don't rush. Using those big muscles. Beginners, make sure those weights stay right on your chest. You're just bear hugging them in. Your abs stay tight. You're working those quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. Intermediates, those hands are over your head. Those elbows are staying bent. So you're not only working your hamstrings, quadriceps, and glutes, but also your shoulders and upper back. Yeah. That non-lock squat, make sure you're sitting back on your heels and pressing those hips down and back. Yeah. Watch your posture. For beginners, make sure that front knee stays behind your front toes. Intermediates, make sure those weights don't come too far in front of your body. Keep them right up over your head. Yeah, good stuff. Here we go, 8 seconds. Hang in there. You got it. We're gonna do one more. Come all the way down. Come all the way up. Moving on to a dumbbell press. Intermediates, grab that Swiss ball again. Beginners, standing up nice and tall, knees slightly bent. Weights up to your jaw level. Let's go. Press up and down. 60 seconds here. So again, whether you're standing or whether you're seated, make sure that spine is nice and long. For beginners, when you're standing, those feet are flat and the knees are slightly bent. Make sure that core stays engaged. Intermediates, up and long through that spine. Also, those core stabilizing muscle groups really have to work to support you, to hold you in place. Remember, gang, it's 60 seconds. It's our second time through. Your shoulders are gonna burn, your back is gonna feel it. Really work those muscles. You're building that muscle to burn those calories, to reduce that fat. Hang in there. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Yeah. We're gonna do one more, and then bring it all the way down. Moving on to a dumbbell tricep extension. Beginners, stay standing. Intermediate, stay where you are on the Swiss ball. Dumbbells up over your head. You're gonna bring it down and then up. Down and up. Ow! Remember, gang, this is a tricep exercise. So try not to elevate your shoulders and don't let your elbows come out. Keep them in. The closer your elbows are together, the more it works the long head of your tricep. Also, beginners, when you're taking that weight behind you, don't arch your back. Keep that back nice and long and straight up and down. Yeah. Feel the back of those arms, those triceps. Hang in there. 60 seconds worth here. There's the last 10 seconds of it. You can do it. 5 seconds. We're gonna do one more. Take it down, press it up, and moving on to a dumbbell lunge for beginners, intermediates. Dumbbell lunge with a lateral raise. Here we go. Feet about 6 to 8 inches apart. Let's do it. Take it back. Go. Up and back. Up. You're working those shoulders. Remember, don't lift too high. If you're doing a lateral raise, make sure the weights stay just below your shoulders, no higher than shoulder level. For beginners, just let those weights hang directly from your shoulders. They're just hanging down. They're just the weight at the end of your arms. You're lunging back and stepping up. Working lots of big muscle groups, burning lots of calories. Yeah. 8 exercises, 2 times through, 20 minutes. You can do it. And it won't burn calories, not only while you're doing the exercise, but also the rest of your day. This is 90 seconds worth. Hang in there. Yeah. 10 seconds to go. Let's do one more on this side. Bring yourself all the way up. The last exercise. Grab that Swiss ball. Beginners, stay standing. We're going to a barbell curl for you. Seated hammer curl for us. Into position. 60 seconds. Let's do it. Go. Up and down. Up and down. This is it. The last exercise. Number 8 on the second set. Stay focused. It's always on the last exercise. Your mind will start to wander. Your position won't be as good. Stay focused. Be here. Work with us. You've got to really want to burn it. And it's okay. It's supposed to be hard. Down. Oh, yeah. Beginners, those palms are turned up. You're working. Keeping that good posture. Intermediates, balanced on that Swiss ball. Up and long through your spine. In that hammer curl position. Lifting and lowering. Oh, 10 seconds to go. Do it. And then let it all the way down. Nice work, gang. So that's the big muscle groups. Great job. Keep going. We'll see you soon.